So the way that this started was I have a ton of not only artists and musicians, but also saxophonists that I look up to, that I've traditionally always enjoyed to watch. And one of the things that I've seen, no matter what type of performer, is they always seem to perform the national anthem for sporting events. And so I knew for sure that that was something that I wanted to eventually get involved in, and kept going around different places. I got an email back from Bowling Green State University, and they asked, hey, here's some dates we have for you to choose from. Which one of these dates are you available for? And I replied asking, can I do them all? So for me, it was like being able to come back home, because BGSU is just home for me. And to be able to do it right here, right where I'm standing, that was just an incredible experience. So yeah, the women's game versus Western Michigan, that was such a fun game. I think one of the coolest things about that game was I was really comfortable, felt right at home doing the national anthem. The other thing was just the energy that Western Michigan had. There was even a moment where we kind of, had a little back and forth and like, hey, what's going on? Okay, good job. I hadn't heard that in a while, because like to have that up and close personal kind of banner back and forth was really cool. Walking into Slater Arena, the thing about it was that day before, we had a massive snowstorm. And I think for me, that just kind of set the tone to see that many people that traveled out in the middle of a snowstorm or after a snowstorm just finished. And, for it to be thousands, almost capacity, almost 5,000 people there. A whole different type of energy. It's a lot more intimate, or at least it felt more intimate to me. Even though you have the ice and the rink, it just felt like people poured their hearts and their souls into not only attending the game, but also like as we were performing, or as I was performing the national anthem, really it was kind of like we were performing it, because the whole stadium was singing along. The whole stadium was pouring their hearts out into each of those words. You could tell that it really meant something to them. I think for me, it just made the relevancy of not only that night, but just that opportunity to be able to perform for that type of arena. It just made it a totally different experience. The very, very next day, we had the men's basketball game versus Northern Illinois. And that game was so special because I kind of had two different roles to play. I was performing the national anthem, and then as well, I was to provide the halftime show. And even though the anthem is very short, you're talking 60 seconds, maybe 90 seconds, if you're really, soloing and, really doing a lot of embellishments. But the national anthem kicks off the games. It is the one moment out of the entire night that there's complete silence. So for me, it's very, very important to not only perform the national anthem, but hang around, to stick around for the game, to see how, in this case, how BGSU performed. And I think it just kind of serves as just more encouragement too, as the players and as the fans kind of see me either on the sideline or on the side of the court or walking around the stadium. It just kind of shows people that I'm not just here to just play the national anthem and leave, but I really want to be a part of the game too, and feel like I made a contribution, but also that we can celebrate together. So for me, that made it feel very, very special. One of the other things I really love to do is to go up into the Anderson Club and just talk with a lot of our alum members of BG and community leaders and members as well, who just kind of make this possible, who fundraise and donate lots of money just to make sure that we can have spaces like the Stroh Center and the Slater Arena. As well, I loved running into Freddie and Frida. They're always a blast. They're always a good time just walking around the stadium. And for me, that becomes inspirational for that 60-second moment. It's very reassuring, and it just gives me excitement for the next time that I get the chance to come back as well. Can you say I was a good luck charm? I don't know, but 4-1. So something was right. I don't know if it was the saxophone or the notes or just amazing fans, but there was something so special about that.